What if the very sanctuary you call home is quietly harboring threats to your health? What if the ordinary objects you touch and use every single day without a second thought are a source of hidden toxins and germs? Welcome, my friends. Professor Vitalis here with your daily dose of wisdom and wellness, where science and experience walk hand in hand. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on 8 common household items that can have a detrimental effect on your health when not managed with care. So many of us believe our home is a safe, protected space, but we fail to realize that we may be unknowingly exposing ourselves to substances linked to serious health problems, from hormonal disruption to respiratory issues, and even cancer. By the end of our time together, you will not only be aware of these hidden risks, but will be empowered with simple, practical steps to transform your home back into the true sanctuary of health it was meant to be. And be sure to stay until the very end, because the last item we discuss is something nearly all of us use every single day, and the way it interacts with our food is something you absolutely need to know. Let us begin with something that seems so innocent: scented candles. Who doesn't love the warm, inviting atmosphere and the tempting aromas that emanate from these decorative items? They create a sense of comfort and peace. And yet, behind these attractive scents can hide some troubling chemicals. Many scented candles contain compounds like limonene and phthalates. Limonene is what provides that delightful citrus aroma you find in so many scented products. But while it may seem harmless on its own, when limonene is released into the air and reacts with other elements, it can transform into formaldehyde, a substance known to be a carcinogen for humans. Exposure to formaldehyde has been linked to inflammatory reactions, liver toxicity, and an increased risk of lung and breast cancer. For pregnant women, the exposure can present adverse effects for both mother and fetus. Then we have phthalates. Think of them as a chemical anchor, used in candles to make the fragrance last longer, to linger in the air. The problem is that phthalates are well-known endocrine disruptors. This means they can interfere with your body's natural hormone system. Excessive exposure can lead to hormonal imbalances, a higher risk of liver cancer, and potential complications for expectant mothers and their unborn children. Moreover, these chemicals have been shown to have harmful effects on brain development, potentially contributing to disorders like ADHD and worsening behavioral issues in children. It turns out that lovely scented candle may not be as beautiful as it seems. The solution is not to live in fear, but in awareness. It is best not to burn candles indoors for long periods, especially in a small space like a bedroom, as this can also increase levels of carbon monoxide, leading to dizziness, headaches, and nausea. Use scented products in moderation and ensure good ventilation by opening a window, rather than relying on a candle to clean the air. Next, let's look at something quite unexpected: humidifiers. Many people use these devices in their homes to add moisture to dry air, especially during the winter months. It's a noble intention. However, appearances can be deceiving. A study analyzing the bacterial levels in the water tanks of humidifiers found something quite surprising. After just 12 hours, both purified water and tap water contained comparable amounts of microbes. The presence of chlorine in tap water, which many assume would kill germs, did not effectively inhibit bacterial growth. The reality is, the standing water in a humidifier tank is a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. If these tanks are not maintained correctly, harmful bacteria like Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Legionella, and Streptococcus pneumonia can flourish. When the humidifier then mists this water into the air, it is essentially dispersing these bacteria for you to breathe in. This can lead to serious health complications like pneumonia, sepsis, and other respiratory illnesses. The solution is simple but vital. Clean your humidifier's water tank regularly, at least every 3 or 4 days, to prevent this harmful buildup. And when you are not using it, remember to leave the device open and dry. Now, did you know that your dry cleaned clothes can present a health risk? Professional cleaning is a convenience for our delicate garments, but it's crucial to be aware of the powerful chemicals involved. Dry cleaners often use strong solvents like perchloroethylene, also known as PERC, to remove tough stains. The issue is that PERC is widely recognized as a carcinogen. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration notes that such substances can enter our bodies either through our skin or by inhaling the vapors. Over time, this exposure can increase the risk of developing specific cancers, such as cancer of the esophagus, uterus, and bladder. In the short term, inhaling these fumes can cause dizziness, irritation of the nose and throat, memory problems, and even skin rashes. Often, to save time, cleaners will wrap the clothes in plastic before they are completely dry, which traps those harmful vapors right against the fabric. When you bring them home and open your closet, you release them into your living space. Another chemical sometimes used is benzene, a volatile organic compound that is also sadly linked to cancer. A simple protective measure is to always remove the plastic covering from your dry-cleaned clothes as soon as you get home. Let them air out for 3 to 4 hours in a well-ventilated area, not a small enclosed closet, before you put them away. Let us now turn to something you likely have in your wallet right now: thermal paper receipts. At a glance, these paper slips seem harmless, but the technology used to print them is surprisingly detrimental to our health. Thermal paper is coated with special chemicals that react to heat, allowing it to print characters without using any ink. The most commonly used chemical for this is bisphenol A, or BPA. BPA is a widely recognized endocrine disruptor, and it can be absorbed directly through your skin. Extensive research on BPA has found that prolonged exposure can significantly reduce male sex hormones like testosterone, leading to erectile dysfunction and a reduced libido. In women, it can contribute to problems like premature puberty and even birth defects. Furthermore, BPA exposure has been linked to a variety of other health issues, including uterine and breast cancer, diabetes, obesity, and eczema. What is truly concerning is how easily BPA is absorbed. It enters the skin more readily when it comes in contact with oil or lotion. Did you know that if you apply hand lotion and then handle a receipt, your body can absorb significant levels of BPA? Research discovered that even a brief 2-second contact with a receipt can cause a massive spike in BPA absorption, exceeding the safety limit by nearly 80 times. This reveals just how toxic this seemingly innocent paper can be. It is best not to store receipts in your wallet or purse. If you handle receipts frequently as part of your work, it is highly advisable to wear gloves. Perhaps you believe that antibacterial soaps offer a superior level of safety. It seems logical, doesn't it? More power to kill germs must be better. However, research has highlighted the potential risks associated with these products. Triclosan, a common active ingredient, has been associated with changes in thyroid hormones, the rise of antibiotic resistance, and even a decrease in immune function. When we overuse these powerful antibacterial agents, we inadvertently train bacteria to become stronger, creating resistant superbugs. Laboratory studies have also confirmed it can be an endocrine disruptor. What's more, when triclosan from your soap mixes with the chlorine in your tap water, it can react to form chloroform gas, a harmful disinfection byproduct that can lead to depression, liver problems, and even cancer. In 2016, the FDA took action and banned triclosan and 18 other chemicals from consumer soaps because manufacturers could not prove they were both safe and more effective than plain soap. Take a moment to check the ingredient list of your soap. If it contains triclosan, it is time to stop using it. Plain soap and water are remarkably effective at killing germs when used correctly. If you wish to enhance its action, look for soaps containing benzoic acid, which has been shown to be a safer alternative. Let us move into the kitchen and look at a potential danger in our cookware: non-stick pans. While these pans are incredibly convenient, their non-stick surface can deteriorate over time, especially when scratched or overheated, releasing harmful fumes and particles. The material in question is often PFOA, a substance classified as a probable carcinogen. When these non-stick coatings are overheated, they can release tiny particles that can be ingested along with your food. PFOA is what we call a forever chemical. Due to its chemical stability, it remains in the body for very long periods. In fact, it was found in the blood of nearly every American who was tested for it. Research has connected high levels of PFOA to higher cholesterol, increased susceptibility to thyroid disorders, and potential delays in puberty. To be cautious, it is always best to replace old non-stick pans that are peeling or flaking. Consider using cookware made of ceramic or stainless steel. And if you do use non-stick, treat it gently. Avoid high temperatures, use soft utensils that will not scratch the surface, and opt for gentle cleaning methods instead of harsh scouring pads. Next, we have air fresheners. They seem like a harmless way to maintain a pleasant scent in your living space. Unfortunately, most of them contain those same harmful endocrine disruptors we discussed with candles, phthalates. These tiny chemical particles can attach themselves to dust, allowing them to remain suspended in the air you breathe for long periods. Frequent use of air fresheners can therefore significantly increase the phthalate levels in your home. Research has shown that individuals who frequently use air fresheners and other scented cleaning products have higher levels of phthalates in their urine. Exposure to high levels has been linked to a wide range of health issues, including fertility problems, neurological and learning issues in children, asthma, diabetes, and breast cancer. Instead of masking odors with chemicals, try opening your windows to ventilate rooms and refresh the air naturally. Houseplants like orchids, aloe vera, and English ivy are excellent natural air purifiers. And do not forget the power of regular vacuuming and dusting, and using eco-friendly cleaning choices like vinegar and baking soda to effectively eliminate bad odors at their source. Finally, we arrive at plastic food containers. These hard plastic containers are incredibly versatile and convenient for storing leftovers and carrying meals. However, plastic is not as benign as you might think. Even plastic labeled BPA-free can release other estrogen-mimicking chemicals. A study by the Endocrine Society found that exposure to common food preservatives like propylparaben, often found in plastics, can activate genes associated with the growth of breast cancer tumors. Plastic additives like phthalates and bisphenols are not stable. They tend to leach out into the food and beverages they come in contact with. Heating food in plastic containers dramatically accelerates this leaching process, creating a chemical gateway directly into your meal. Over time, the human body can accumulate measurable levels of these chemicals, disrupting the normal function of our hormones. The wisest course of action is to minimize your use of plastic food containers whenever possible. Consider replacing them with glass or stainless steel alternatives. It is especially important not to microwave food in plastic containers and to be careful when storing fatty or acidic foods in them, as these can also speed up chemical leaching. With a little attention and a few smart practices, you can significantly reduce the risks associated with harmful toxins and bacteria in your own home. Take a moment to evaluate the items you use daily and replace those that may be causing problems. Be mindful when handling plastics and receipts. Make sure to ventilate your rooms regularly and consider adopting more natural practices for cleaning and personal care. Take these small steps to maintain a safe and healthy home environment, prioritizing your well-being above all else. Knowledge only works when you apply it. I'm Professor Vitalis. Stay curious, stay healthy, and never stop learning.